Have you ever noticed subtle changes in yourself or a loved one that made you pause and wonder if something deeper might be going on? Maybe it's a shift in energy levels, a change in appetite, or even a difference in how they engage with the world around them. These changes can be easy to brush off as just a normal part of aging, but sometimes they might be gentle whispers from life, letting us know that something more significant is happening. Today, we're going to talk about something that might feel a little sensitive, but is incredibly important. 5 signs that an elderly person may be in their final year. These are subtle warnings that we shouldn't ignore, not to scare or sadden us, but to help us prepare, cherish the moments we have, and provide the best care and love possible. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't about predicting the future or creating fear. It's about awareness, understanding, and being present for ourselves and those we care about. Life is a beautiful journey, and every stage of it deserves our attention and compassion. So let's walk through this together, with warmth and care, as we explore these signs and what they might mean. The first sign we'll talk about is a noticeable decline in energy and activity levels. Now, we all slow down a bit as we age. That's completely natural. But when someone who used to enjoy daily walks, gardening, or even just puttering around the house suddenly loses interest or seems too tired to engage in those activities, it can be a sign that their body is conserving energy. This isn't just about feeling a little more tired than usual. It's a deeper, more persistent fatigue that doesn't seem to go away, even with rest. For example, you might notice that your loved one who once loved hosting family dinners now prefers to sit quietly or even excuses themselves early to lie down. This shift can be gradual, but it's often one of the first signs that something is changing. Now let's talk about the second sign: changes in eating habits and weight loss. As we age, our appetites can naturally decrease, and certain foods might not appeal to us as much as they used to. But when an elderly person starts eating significantly less, loses interest in food altogether, or experiences rapid, unintentional weight loss, it's worth paying attention to. This isn't just about skipping a meal here or there. It's a consistent pattern where they might only pick at their food or say they're not hungry, even for their favorite dishes. For instance, if your mom, who always loved her Sunday roast, now barely touches her plate, it could be a sign that her body is slowing down and doesn't require the same amount of energy it once did. This can be tough to witness, but understanding it helps us approach the situation with kindness and patience. The third sign we'll explore is increased sleep or a shift in sleep patterns. It's not uncommon for older adults to nap more frequently or sleep longer at night. But when someone starts sleeping most of the day, or has trouble staying awake during conversations or activities they once enjoyed, it can be a sign that their body is preparing for the final stages of life. You might notice that your dad, who used to be up at dawn reading the paper, now sleeps well into the morning or dozes off frequently during the day. This isn't laziness or boredom. It's a natural response as the body begins to slow down and conserve energy. It's important to approach this with compassion, allowing them the rest they need while still finding ways to connect and share meaningful moments together. These signs are often the most noticeable and can serve as gentle reminders to slow down, be present, and cherish the time we have. They're not meant to alarm us, but to help us understand and respond with love and care. The fourth sign to be aware of is a shift in emotional expression or mood. You might notice that your loved one seems more withdrawn, quieter, or even less interested in things that used to bring them joy. On the other hand, some may become more emotional, expressing feelings of sadness, gratitude, or even a desire to reconcile past relationships. This emotional shift can be a way of processing their life journey, reflecting on memories, and preparing for what's ahead. For example, your grandmother, who was always the life of the family gatherings, might now prefer sitting quietly in the corner, observing rather than participating. Or your father, who rarely spoke about his feelings, might suddenly open up about his life, sharing stories or expressing love in ways he never did before. These moments, while bittersweet, can be incredibly meaningful. They're an invitation for us to listen, to hold space, and to cherish the connections we have. Another aspect of this emotional shift is what some call nearing awareness. This is when an elderly person seems to sense that their time is coming to an end, even if they don't say it outright. They might talk about seeing loved ones who have passed, or they might express a sense of readiness or peace about what's to come. These conversations can be difficult, but they're also profound opportunities to connect on a deeper level. If your loved one says something like, "I think I'll be seeing your mother soon," or "I'm ready to go home," it's important to meet them where they are, without dismissing or minimizing their feelings. These moments are gifts, allowing us to share in their journey and offer comfort and reassurance. The fifth sign is a decline in social engagement and communication. As we age, it's natural to become more selective about how we spend our time and energy. But when an elderly person starts withdrawing from social interactions altogether, it can be a sign that they're conserving their energy for what matters most. You might notice that they no longer want to attend family gatherings, answer the phone, or even engage in conversation as much as they used to. This isn't because they don't care. It's often because their focus is turning inward, and they're preparing for the final stages of life. For instance, your aunt, who always loved hosting bridge games with her friends, might now decline invitations or seem disinterested in socializing. This can be hard to witness, especially if you're used to seeing them as the center of activity. But it's important to respect their needs and offer quiet companionship instead. It's also worth noting that communication might become more symbolic or nonverbal. Your loved one might not always have the energy to express themselves in words, but they'll often communicate through gestures, touches, or even silence. A gentle squeeze of the hand, a smile, or simply sitting together in quiet understanding can speak volumes. These moments are precious, reminding us that connection doesn't always require words. As we come to the final part of our conversation, let's focus on how we can respond to these signs with love, grace, and understanding. Recognizing these subtle warnings isn't about dwelling on sadness or fear. It's about creating space for connection, compassion, and meaningful moments. Whether you're noticing these changes in yourself or in someone you care about, there are ways to navigate this time with kindness and intention. One of the most important things we can do is to prioritize presence over perfection. It's easy to feel like we need to fix things or make everything just right, but often what matters most is simply being there. Sit with your loved one, hold their hand, share stories even if they can't respond. Play their favorite music or look through old photo albums together. These small, quiet moments can be incredibly powerful, offering comfort and connection without the need for words. For example, if your father is spending more time in bed, bring a chair into his room and read to him, or just sit quietly while he rests. Your presence alone can be a source of immense comfort. Another way to respond is by honoring their wishes and creating a sense of peace. If your loved one has expressed specific desires about their care or how they'd like to spend their final days, do your best to honor those wishes. This might mean adjusting their environment to make them more comfortable, whether that's bringing in familiar items from home, playing soothing music, or ensuring they're surrounded by the people they love. If they've always loved the outdoors, consider bringing a bit of nature to them. Open a window to let in fresh air, or place a vase of flowers by their bedside. These small gestures can make a big difference in creating a sense of calm and dignity. It's also important to take care of yourself during this time. Supporting a loved one through their final stages can be emotionally and physically draining, and it's okay to acknowledge that. Make sure you're getting enough rest, eating well, and taking breaks when you need them. Reach out to friends, family, or support groups for help and encouragement. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, and taking care of yourself allows you to show up more fully for your loved one. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on the 5 signs we've discussed: declining energy and activity levels, changes in eating habits and weight loss, increased sleep or shifts in sleep patterns, emotional shifts and nearing awareness, and a decline in social engagement and communication. These signs are not meant to alarm us, but to guide us in offering the best care and love possible. They remind us to slow down, to be present, and to cherish the time we have. Life is a beautiful, complex journey, and every stage of it holds meaning. While this time can be challenging, it's also an opportunity to deepen our connections, express our love, and create lasting memories. If you're walking this path right now, know that you're not alone. There's no right way to navigate this. Just do your best and let love guide you. Before we go, I'd love to hear from you. If this conversation resonated with you, or if you've experienced any of these signs with a loved one, please share your thoughts or stories in the comments below. Your experiences can offer comfort and insight to others who might be going through something similar. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Together, we can create a community of support and understanding. Thank you for being here, for opening your heart to this conversation, and for showing up with such care and compassion. Here's to living fully, loving deeply, and cherishing every moment of this beautiful journey we call life. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.